Hello, Eric Sundergaard here with Armstrong, the Architectural Specialties Installation Manager. We're going to go over the installation of our METALWORKS SYNCHRO ceiling and wall system. METALWORKS SYNCHRO is a metal ceiling and wall system with no reveals. Panel widths come in 2, 4, 6, 9, 11, and 13 nominal, 8 feet in length. The carrier that the system installs on is backed with drywall grid. This is a 360 black coated carrier, which is not required for the Synchro. Typically, when you buy the carrier for the Synchro, it will come out in a mill finish, so it will not have the 360 black on it. These increments are at 2 1/4 inches. So the actual panel width of like this one right here that you're seeing, it's nominal 13, but it actually measures 13 1/4. So for the panel to engage on this is a non-directional main, and it's actually a universal hook. So this main actually works with our diverge system along with our synchro system. How this engages is the synchro is always going to engage on the top cuts of the cutout there. So if you put the carrier in there, snap it in down there, that is where the panel will engage on. The one added benefit we have is if you have any panels that are cut lengthwise, so you can't engage both sides of the panel onto the carrier, we have this cut support bracket that you can actually slide right over the main carrier, line it up with the edge of the panel that you're keeping, and just insert a mini screw into there to attach it. And that will support that cut panel so it cannot come dislodged and fall out of the ceiling. So we're starting talking about the suspension system. The first thing you gotta think about is your finished ceiling height. This system has a box molding. So once you get your finished ceiling height up, you can install your box molding all the way around the perimeter of your install. When it's ready for the suspension system, all you have to do is rest drywall grid on the back side of the box molding to give you the proper depth of the ceiling system. On the ends where the carrier meets the box molding, you may have to unscrew the carrier from the drywall main from underneath here to separate these two so you can slide the top leg of the box molding in between the carrier layer. So for cutting the carrier, Hilti metal cutting circular saw works best. Hey, so one more thing I want to add about these carriers. They are non-directional, but if you want to start them all out if you start the same dimension off the wall and you have your splices from carrier to carrier line up, you'll be fine. If not, you have to stagger it by 72 inches in order for these to line up along with the route holes above for your drywall grid. So if you notice, the drywall grid that I'm using is just drywall grid 2-foot cross tees. So your mains will be 2 foot apart with 2-foot drywall cross tees. You don't need the 360 black, and you can hang it off 12 gauge hanger wire. And that's your suspension system for the Synchro. Okay, so now we're going to install my first border piece. Resting it on the molding, locking it into the carrier, sliding it all the way on. Once it's engaged like that, I'll need to add hold down clips by putting these in there to help hold it down. Slide it right into the carrier. About 1 every foot or where needed. And then once you have those in, this one requires the cut support bracket. So I'm going to place that right over the edge here. When you're putting these panels in, it always works best to have it hook closest to you and then snap in the other side. So for the Axiom connection to the Synchro, we do need the ATC clip, which is the adjustable trim clip, which means you need to use at least a minimum of a 6-inch height Axiom. But you can use any height Axiom, straight or curved. And then just set this adjustable trim clip at the correct height for your system. Then you can screw attach it right to the flag on the clip. So this is the AXSPT HDC clip for holding down your cut panels with Axiom. And by engaging this top hook of this into the upper boss, using your thumb or your finger to push on this part to engage the bottom piece in there, and that gives you the hold down function of holding down your metal panel on the Axiom. Okay, so now it's time to talk about Synchro for the walls. You're going to be attaching your main carriers to the wall at 2 foot on center like you would in the ceiling. The best way to attach it is with the quick stick up tight clip. If you do that every 4 feet on center, it's the exact same use as a hanger wire. And then your method of attaching the carrier to the actual box molding is the same as what you did on the ceiling, is separating the carrier from the drywall grid and slipping it over the back flange of the carrier molding, as seen here. So when you're installing the box molding parallel to the carriers, that's when you'll need to insert a cross T into the carrier, add another quick stick up tight clip for support, and then you can attach that to the top flange of the carrier. So now we're going to start to install the ceiling panels on the wall. Then installing the next row, basically just hook it. Make sure it's hooked on that top flange, and then the bottom will snap right in and you can slide it right to the carrier molding. For better acoustical control with the Synchro system, you can use our bagged fiberglass infill or the BioPad infill for that. Thank you for your time today to watch this video. If you would like to learn more about these Armstrong METALWORKS products, please visit armstrongceilings.com/metalworks.